Hello everyone, my name is Aditya Nurpratama. Today I will going to talk about today I will going to talk about psychoanalytic literary criticism, which is a fascinating way to peel back the layers of the story instead of just looking at the plot. It reads the text like a dream or a map of the human mind, drawing heavily from Sigmund Freud and later Jacques Lacan. This approach looks at the hidden motivations of the characters and the secret desires of the author. The first, we are going to talk about the core concept, the unconscious. The heart of psychoanalytic criticism is the belief that literature isn't just made up, it is an expression of the unconscious mind, just as we represent memories or desires in real life. Characters and do the same in books. The Freudian trio or the psyche. Freud divided the human personality into three parts, which critics often use to analyze character conflict. The first, the ID, is the primitive impulsive part of the mind that wants instant gratification, and the ego, it is the rational part that tries to balance the ideas desires with reality, and the superego is the moral compass or conscience that follows societal rules and feels guilt. And the second, we have key areas of analysis. When applying this lens to a piece of literature, critics usually focus on the author's psyche, character behavior, and symbol and imagery, also defense mechanisms. And I will explain you one by one from the author's psyche. It's viewing the book as a symptom of the author's own repressed traumas or desires. And character behavior is analyzing why characters act irrationally. For example, does a character have an Oedipus complex? And symbol and imagery is nothing, just an object. A lock from might represent a repressed memory. A long sword might be a phallic symbol. And the last one, defense mechanisms. How do characters deal with pain? Do they use denial, projection, or regression? And the Lacanian twist. Later, Jacques Lacan updated these ideas by focusing on language. He argued that the unconscious is structured like the language. He introduced the idea of the mirror stage, where a child first realizes they are a separate being creating lifelong sense of lack that we try to fill with objects, love, or power. And why use this method? I mean, psychoanalytic. It helps us understand why we relate to a certain dark or strange stories. It moves the conversation from what happened in the book to what is the hidden meaning behind what happened. For example, in Hamlet, a psychoanalytic critic wouldn't just say Hamlet is indecisive. They might argue he can kill his uncle because his uncle did exactly what Hamlet unconsciously wanted to do: kill the father and marry the mother. So that's it for me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your attention.